1 year and 3 months passed during the Lucy was not sure that La Glutinio might take her husband's side or not. She has arranged the little home for her husband's livelihood normally or was expected to come home one day. That but her face, her heart she held more despair than hope. Now she is not having that much hope that her husband come back to home. One day her father returned with some good news that there is a window in the prison high up where the Charles may able to see you between 2 and 4 every day. He was telling the time that 2 to 4 that every day Charles can see you. Oh, show me the place, father. From that on day, in sun, rain or snow, whether the condition is good or not, that she believed that Charles would able to see her. At the spot, there was a shop owned by an old woodcutter. He saw her there every day and he often to spoke her. On one particular day, she waited in the snow that lay thickly all around. A large crowd was carrying with knives, axes, and came rolling down to the street in the midst of the bloodthirsty mob. They were want to kill him. Lucy spied Madame Defarge urging them on the attack. Then the behind it, she saw her father. Lucy, I thought I thought I find you here. Good news. They are taking Charles to the Congress. They will be looking into his case. There is a hope at least. He took her by the shoulder and they walked home to the some hope in their hearts for the first time many months. Now they feared tribunal of wife which was made up of cruelest patriots met daily in front of determined jury. They tried so-called traitors of people. What they called here, they called traitor of people at the Congress. The oldest prison in the Paris. One of the day Charles' case was to be heard. 15 prisoners had gone before him. All 15 had been condemned in less than 1 hour. When Charles was brought forward in front of the tribunal, he recognized Defarge, who was sitting at the front. A woman knitting steadily was sitting next to him. She sometimes whispered in his ear, seemed to be his wife. Now she was Defarge's wife, who was starting whispering in his ears. She sometimes whispered in his ear and seemed to be his wife, but what Charles noticed in the two fingers, what was that? Although they sat close to him, possibly they never looked towards him. They seemed to be waiting for something with an unshaken determination and they looked the jury but nothing else. Charles was accused by the public prosecutor as an immigrant whose life belonged to the people. Now Charles connected with the people whose life with the belonged to the people, and according to the law his head was demanded and the audience agreed. Any enemy of republic, take off his head. President Akar rang his bell impatiently and silence to turn to be accused. President again and again ringing the bell to get the silence. Have you lived many years in England? Yes, but therefore you are immigrant. Not exactly. I gave up my titles voluntary and left the country. But you married in England? Yes, but my wife was a French citizen. Her name and family. The daughter of Dr. Manette. The doctor who sits there. Charles pointed to the Dr. Manette sitting among the spectators. When the doctor was questioned, he answered patiently in the defense of his son-in-law, telling the court Charles' trial for treason in England and his loyalty to France. His answer pleased the court and the crowd, and cries, "Save the doctor's son-in-law." Now people are moving to sing that save the doctor's son-in-law. Now replace take off his head. The tribunal voted unanimously in the Charles' favor. He was free at last. The crowd raised Dr. Manette onto the shoulders of two men and carried him through the streets. Here the crowd raised and they are going to cross through the street. In the way they arrived, a quiet street where Lucy had set up his house. Now, Lucy could not believe her eyes when she saw her husband and father enter arm in arm. She burst into tears and held them both close. A full of 15 minutes passed before she found the courage to look into her husband's eyes. Like here, Lucy was surprised and she was continuously staring to his husband's eyes. The same night that they were celebrating Charlie's return to the family, there were loud beginning at the door, and oh father, what can this be? Hide, Charles, hide. My child, don't worry, he is safe now. Let me go to the door. The red caps marched in. There were four people who were citizen Evermonde called Johnny. The first Charlie stepped forward. First one asked, who wants him? I want him. We want him. I know you. That they spoke these words, and Evermonde, I saw you before the tribunal today. You are again a prisoner of Republic. But why? It doesn't matter. Dr. Manette turned into the stone by this unexpected visit. Republic. But why? It does not matter why. Dr. Manette turned into the stone that this was unexpected visit, which is not actually expected by the Dr. Manette. They are going to visit somewhere or not. Yes, you said no, you him. Do you know me, sir? All four men noted. We all know you, citizen doctor. Who accused him? The district of Saint Anthony. Will you tell me who reported him? Yes, it is against the rules, but you can ask the man. He is from Saint Anthony. Dr. Manette approached the man and pointed out him that the man moved uneasily on his feet, rubbed and beard a little, but finally spoke up. Who has a little beard and who can't move exactly? He spoke. Well, yes, it is against the rule, but he has been reported by the citizen, and citizenness differs in one another. What other? Now he was asking who was other. Do you ask citizen doctor? Yes. The man looked at the doctor with a strange look. Then you will be answered tomorrow. For the time being, I can say nothing more here. The person who was asking that who is the another one, here the person replied nothing. This was the story of this chapter, where basically father of Lucy and her husband came back to home safely. So go through with this video and learn this chapter. Write the question answer on your notebook and please learn it. Thank you. Have a good day.